All right. Forgive me. I had to pause and stop the video because of work. Okay. But nonetheless, trying to pick up where I left off in the same sentiments and spirit, that was being shared about, just like in the times of Samuel, in the book of Samuel, it mentions, if not Samuel, it's in the Old Testament for sure, about Israel desiring a king to rule over them, and like it mentions in Deuteronomy 17 and 15, you shouldn't want anyone to rule over you that's not of your brother, of your same lineage, so to speak. But our people wanted to follow the ways of the heathen and have a ruler over them, in which the Lord warned them that, the ruler that you're going to have over you pretty much is going to cause you to mourn and lament, But nonetheless, that was, briefly what I was mentioning, okay, in the last video before I got, sidetracked. But as I'm picking back up where I left off, I mentioned this precept. I want to say it's in the book of Hebrews. Let me see. How does it go? Keyword is obey. Right? Hebrews 13 and 17. I quoted this in the last chapter. I mean, not the last chapter. Forgive me, man. My mind isn't all the way there. Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 16. Let's start there. It says, "But to do good and to communicate forget not, for with such sacrifices the Most High Power is well pleased." So this truth, once again, is about sacrifices. It's about taking accountability. It's about, remaining humble, enduring. All these different virtues we must, I don't want to say exhibit, but for lack of better words, we have to, or inhibit, so to speak. We have to take it upon ourselves. You see? This truth, this understanding, everything. It says what? Verse 17, obey them that have the rule over you. So you're going to have individuals that's set up to rule over you, because what I was initially speaking on was insubordination. And, when you look it up in the Edemon dictionary, insubordination is going to say the opposite or not of subordinate. So it says insubordination, in means not, or opposite of, as we see there, not subordinate. Sub meaning under, in order. Let's see, it says hierarchical arrangement, act of placing in a lower rank or position. Right, you will look down on the individual. You don't want this person ruling over you. This person put in all this time and energy while you were still in the world teaching this truth. They were teaching this truth, man, while you were doing whatever you were doing, but you don't want to come in the proper way. And that's a problem. Or you might endure for a while and then want to start doing your own thing. That, again, is a problem. And we done seen many men come and go for these exact reasons, man. It says act of placing in a lower rank or position. All right, place in a lower order. So that's what subordinate means. And insubordination is the opposite of. So nonetheless, man, we in this truth, we got what? An order that we must abide by and follow. Okay? And by not doing so, again, you out of order. So this is back in Hebrews 13 and 17. Obey them that have the rule over you and submit yourselves. That I'm pretty sure that word submit is synonymous with subordinate. But it goes on to say, for they watch for your souls as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. So, I got to wrap this up because of work again. But the apostles, the leaders, the brothers that's over us are in these positions for a reason. All right, it's the act and will of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. And again, it's that they may do it with joy, give account for us and do it with joy and not with grief. Because again, like I just mentioned, it's not profitable for you, man. So follow the right order, endure to the end, continue to serve Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah as ye ought to, man. With that being said, I'm going to say shalom.